So if you've spent any time in the book reading community online, especially on YouTube and Reddit, you would be introduced to BookTube, which is a lovely idea in many ways, and in some other ways is extremely confusing, especially for me. Being somebody from a very different culture than most English-speaking readers and booktubers on this platform, I realize I have a lot of different opinions about different topics, and I just seem to not understand certain things from the whole booktubing community. I'll give a couple of examples. There's a lot of arbitrary rules, a lot of I realize booktubers or just people who read online have for themselves. One popular one is I just won't stop reading a book I started, or another one is I won't read a book until I've read 80% of it or something, even if I quit. Another thing is abbreviation. Is it called abbreviations? It's like when you take the first letter of a larger word and put it together, like TBR, DNF, and all of those things, which I kind of tried to do on my channel at one point, but I just end up not connecting with it, and I just don't understand those abbreviations. It's very strange for me. I say the whole word and that's it. It's just not part of my culture to make everything way shorter, ironically enough. And the one that really bothers me, and the one I kind of want to chat about today is, rant about today, is the whole I need to finish a book I started, plus rating a book on Goodreads if you haven't finished it. Because I'll be honest with you, I tried to read Oathbringer, which is the third book in the Stormlight Archive, and I genuinely thought it was a dumpster fire. It was really, really, really bad. And this coming from somebody who enjoys Brandon Sanderson, you know, from time to time. I'm not the biggest Brandon Sanderson fan. I've read Elantris, the first two books of the Stormlight Archive. I thought all of those were excellent, right? But you know, Oathbringer was like, yeah, I think the cracks in his writing are showing for me, and I don't know. I mean, I still want to try other books of his, don't get me wrong. There's some, like Chess at the Emerald Sea is very interesting to me. I want to read that for sure, and some other ones. But definitely a person whose writing style will get boring after a while. And you know what? Damn it, after reading 3 books that are the size of the Bible each, I think I can express an opinion on the subject. And this is where I reached the 65% of the book, and I was like, I just can't do it. I just cannot continue with this book. And I don't even want to get into the reasons why, but basically, like, just nothing happens in the whole book. It's meandering, boring, speaking with each other characters, and then all the interesting characters get sidelined and then dumped into the dumpster, and just nothing interesting happens. And by the 65% mark, when the interesting things start to happen, I just don't care. And the big revelations that are kind of happening, I care about none of it. None of it were interesting. None of them were like twists and stuff, which is fine. Not all of them have to be. But anyways, I'm getting out of control. This is not the subject. The point is, I hated the book and I didn't want to continue it. So guess what? I stopped. And when I did it, at first I felt bad, but then I realized, why do I feel bad? Who put this idea in my mind that apparently I need to feel bad if I give a bad rating or whatever, right? Because I started remembering, like, Stephen King had a pretty popular saying, which is, like, I think, where was it? Yeah, life is too short to read a bad book. And I just feel like that. I do feel like my time on this planet is numbered, right? And I'm only gonna pick up stuff I want to read, man. This is why I kind of stopped the whole TBR stuff. Like, how can you put a list of stuff you want to read in a month? I can't do that. I want to pick a book when I feel like it's the right time for me. So on top of that, just like reading a book, if it's a bad book, it could be beneficial for you, especially if you're a writer or somebody who's an aspiring writer like me, for example, who wants to be a writer one day. Sure, reading a bad book can be very useful. But at the same time, as a reader, which I'm more of a reader right now, I just don't want to, I guess, fall into the trap, because like I love BookTube and I love being part of this community. But because I watch a lot of BookTube, I don't want to fall into the trap of doing the same thing a lot of popular BookTubers do. I want to definitely just like do it in my own way, in my own special way. You know, I don't like a book in the first 20%, drop it. Or I don't like a book from the first number, God damn it, I can't speak English. from the first paragraph, it's not for me, I'll put it back. I'll give it to somebody else for them to enjoy, but I'm not going to commit to it. It's not talking to me, right? Whatever. This was a mess of a video. I think I said a million different things at different points. Just to wrap it all back up together is that life is too short. Read books you enjoy. Stop reading books you don't enjoy, and have a good time reading, folks. Bye bye.